For some reason, Willie looks like extremely surprised every time she kisses him. Anyway, hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Rockin' Cats. Before we head on to the next stage, we're going to take a quick shopping trip. Stage 1 gave us just enough money to get the first 2 items, so that's what we're going to do. And the shop descriptions that the game gives you for each item aren't terribly useful, so we're going to go over what each item does as I use them in the stage, so let's start the stage. First off, we've got the bomber. It lobs a bomb whenever you attack. It takes a while to explode. It has a pretty short range. You can only have one on screen at a time. It's basically the most useless item in the game. There's no reason to ever equip it if you have any other item in your inventory. It's just a waste of money. Don't ever buy it. But the twin shot, on the other hand, which you've seen here, is possibly the best item in the game, I think. It shoots a projectile that basically extends the range of your basic attacks, and that is awesome. It's especially useful against certain bosses, which I'll point out as we come to them. And with that, that's the end of the first section of Stage 2. Very simple, very easy, and quite similar actually to the other first parts of all the other stages. And now we have an auto-scrolling section, which is a huge pain in the ass. I can barely dodge the enemies here at normal speed, and at 150% speed it's basically impossible. So instead I'm just spamming jumps and attacks to try and take as little damage as possible. These cannons up ahead are also very bad for first-time players. If you don't hit them quickly enough, they'll fire a homing shot that's actually impossible to dodge, even at normal speed. And to top all that off, we have the hardest mid-boss in the game. You aren't locked to the center of the screen anymore here, so it is possible to fall off the plane and die if you're not careful. The extra range from the twin shot makes it much easier to beat this guy, since it lets you hit him without moving very far from the center. You can still beat him without it, but you need to move right near the edge to punch him, which can be very dangerous. Actually, a completely safe strategy is to grab and throw the big green balls that he throws at you, and only punch him whenever he passes overhead, but this is like really slow. And like I said in the previous video, you almost always want to be punching bosses as fast as you can. I guess I'll take a moment here to explain the swinging mechanics to you, since they can be a little bit counterintuitive. Pressing the B button while swinging around will launch you into a spin jump, and the trajectory of your spin jump is determined by what position you're in during the swinging animation cycle. You don't have any air control at all during a spin jump. Your trajectory is completely fixed, but you can press the B button during the spin jump to use your punch glove, and doing this will break you out of the spin jump and let you regain your air control, but it takes away all of your momentum that you had from the spin jump. It probably sounds a little bit confusing, and it kind of is, but I swear to you, it is really fun once you get the hang of it. It takes a little bit of finesse, but once you get it, you'll be just flying around free and fancy all over the place. All of the other stage bosses in this game have proper names given for them during the pre-fight dialogue, but for some reason this guy is just called Powerful Machine. So a Powerful Machine here is one of the easier bosses in the game. It has a very simple attack pattern. It just moves from one side to the other and then does one of 4 different attacks, which it does in a fixed order. You need to hit the pilot in the center to damage it, but you can also damage and eventually destroy his fists, which is actually a bad thing. Each fist you destroy causes it to skip one of its attacks in its cycle, but destroying all of them makes it go into a sort of desperation attack where it swoops across the ground repeatedly, which is actually very easy to dodge, but it makes it a lot harder to hit him without getting hit yourself. Unless actually you have the twin shot, which is another reason why it's a good idea to pick that up before trying this stage. Thankfully it didn't come to that. We beat the crap out of Powerful Machine's adorable little puppy pilot without much trouble, and that's all for Stage 2.